Worrying is useless, right? We all know this in the back of our head. This is all something we dealt with, something that we all know by heart, something that we always will remember when moments are good and everything in life is, going on an upward trajectory. But when we are going through moments of despair, when we are going through moments of hardship and trial and error, we tend to forget this, right? We all know that worrying does not solve our problems, right? We done had problems, we done had challenges in our life to where it done got so bad within our head, within our mental space, to where we start to fall into despair. We start to fall into hopelessness, and then that's when we start to worry, right? We worry and we get caught up with the uncertainty of what can happen next, or what happens if this doesn't go the way I thought, or what happens if I can't recover from this, or what happens if, I'm not able to get this done or to get that done, right? That's when the worry starts to set in. That's when it starts to creep into the mind and starts to take a toll on the mind, right? And not only when it comes to the mind, but it could also come to, the spirit and your overall physical well-being also, right? Like I said, this is something that we have all dealt with, right? And when we are going through these moments of worry, of despair, but mostly worry, right? When we are going through these moments of worry, I feel like we tend to do this in order to use it as somewhat of a coping mechanism to try to help us to better go through these moments of trial and error, these moments of hurt, of pain, of challenges, right? Maybe when we are going through that, we think we are dealing with it, but in reality it's just adding more mental pain, adding more mental strain on you, and just adding a heavier burden that you may already have been dealt with, right? So I just wanted to come on here, and I have a couple of Bible verses to help further explain the points, right? Or the point, right? This is from the book of Luke chapter 12 verse 25 through 31, right? Can all your worries add a single moment to your life? And if worry can't accomplish a little thing like that, what's the use of worrying over bigger things, right? When we are going through worry, when we are going through problems that are giving us uncertainty in life, right? Do the worry add anything? I'm gonna let you answer that, and I'm pretty sure your answer is no. What has worrying ever done to help further come up with a solution to the problem? What has worrying ever done to be able to, quote unquote, cope with the problem? What has worrying ever done to solve the problem? It never done nothing. It never done nothing for me. It's never done nothing for you. It has never done nothing for your neighbor. Anybody that you know of, worrying has never done anything to add or to better your life in any way, shape, or form. And this is Jesus saying this, right? That's why he asked the question, can all your worries add a single moment to your life? What does it do to add anything positive, anything improving to your life? You worrying about getting a good grade on that test, is that going to help you get a better grade on that test? No, it may help you, I guess, to quote unquote perform better under pressure. You know what I mean? To be able to, hyper focus and, really lock in on, trying to do the best that you can on the test. But just that overall initial feeling of worry, is that going to help you get a better grade on your test? Is that going to help you to remember what you need to do for the test? No. I don't care who you are. Unless you are God, himself, because obviously he doesn't deal with worry. Worry isn't a thing to him, right? But unless you just some otherworldly being with a otherworldly, mindset, everybody gonna deal with some type of worrying, right? Everybody is gonna deal with it. It's not just something that you could just put off to the side and not have to deal with it at all, right? But with that being said, right, has that ever done anything? Has it ever added a single moment to your life? I feel like not only my answer, but everybody else's answer to the question should be no, right? And like he continues to say, if worry can't accomplish a little thing like that, what's the use of worrying over bigger things, right? If worrying can't even add or improve to your life in any way, shape, or form, if it can't bring an overall better, positive outcome to the situation, to the problem that you may be having in life, if it can't even do something as little as that, right? This is Jesus talking. If it can't even do something as little as that, then what's the use of worrying over bigger things and bigger tasks that may come about within life, right? Because worry is always going to be there, right? It's just something I feel like that is naturally hardwired into our biological makeup when it comes to our mental aspect, right? When it comes to the way we think and the way we operate in our brain, right? It's always going to be something that's just there. You know what I mean? Something that we all experience with and deal with, in life. So if it can't do something as little as that, what about when it comes to the bigger things in life? When you got to worry about getting your bills paid on time, when you got to worry about providing for your kids, when you got to worry about making sure you up on your car note or they gonna come and repo your car. What's the use of you worrying over something so little is whether or not if it adds a moment, if it does anything positive? If it can't even do that, then why even worry over the bigger things, right? So that's Luke. Another one that I also have is 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7, right? Cast all your worries on him because he cares for you, right? Like I said, worry is something that we will always deal with within life. At least that's what I feel like. I'll pop up some more information to better give clarity on that, right? But just me speaking right here in this instance right now, right? I feel like worry is something that we will always deal with and something that we will always have to face within life. You see how he's speaking? I said faith on accident, right? But like I said, worry is something that we will always have to deal with in life, something that we will always have to face, right? And this is Peter speaking in this verse, right? He says to cast all your worries on him because he cares for you, right? So when you are having these moments of worry, when you are having these moments of anxiety, of uncertainty, of challenges that may be being faced to you in life, acknowledge that. Acknowledge that. Know that it's something that's normal, that you are not the only person that's dealing with that. But instead of letting that worry build up and control you, cast it to God. Give it to God. God cares for you. God wants to know your mental state. God wants to know how you are doing. God is your father, right? He's not just a genie in a bottle to where, whenever you go do something bad, that's when you speak to him, right? Even though that's what you're doing in this instance, right? But just tell him how you feeling. Tell him how you are in that exact moment and in that exact, mindset, right? Tell him how you feeling. Be open with him. Be honest with him. Because as a father cares for their children. A father cares for their son. A father cares for their daughter, right? So when you are, going through these worrying moments, when you are faced with these trials in life, give it to him. Talk to him about it. He wants to know how you are doing because he cares for you and he loves you, right? So that's the second one I have, and I have one more also, which is in the book of Matthew, right? Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 through 30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all be thinking rappers be having bars and be giving off crazy lyrics and whatever and whatnot. Open that Bible up, man. It's just bars for bars, back to back. I'm talking about so many bars that your favorite rapper can't even compete with what the words of God, the words that he has said, right? This is some bars right here. You want bars, you got it right here, man. But to go back into that, right? He says to come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, right? When you are weary and when you are burdened and when you have worries, when you have anxieties, when you have fears, when you have problems, when you have trials, when you have challenges, he says to come to him. This is Jesus speaking. When you are going through these problems, go to him. He says it himself. Come to him, right? Come to him and he will give you rest. When you are going through these problems, when you are going through these challenges, he will give you rest. I'm not saying that, you can't go to a loved one, you can't go to a counselor, you can't go to a spiritual guider, whoever and whatever it may be. I'm not saying that you can't go and seek that advice, to seek that console through them, right? But go to God, man, because he says in himself, he will give you rest with all the problems that you are going through. You know what I mean? The drugs, they won't give you rest. The weed, it won't give you rest. The alcohol, it won't give you rest. The sex, it won't give you rest. Go to God. He will give you rest. He says, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. Cling to Jesus. Stay tight to Jesus. Take the yoke and grab ownership. Take ownership. Take hold of that. And stay with him the whole time, right? Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. For I am gentle and humble in heart. He will not shun you. He will not, defile you. He will not, curse you, shout at you in anger. He won't, turn his back on you like the world may do, like, people in your life may do. He says, take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, right? He cares for you, right? A person that loves you, a person that wants your best interest and wants to see you grow, that wants to see you become better. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes it may be tough love. That's just a part of life. That's just what we may have to deal with, right? But this is Jesus himself telling you. He says, I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, right? The world may be tough on you. The people in your life may be tough on you. The relationships with people that you have, they may be tough on you. They may be rough. They may be angry. They may curse you. They may defile you. They may, shun you, shame you. You know what I mean? Disgrace you. All of those, all of those harsh and hard words that you could think of. That's what may happen when it comes to the world, right? It's just a part of what happens. But God tells you that he is gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, right? So go to him. You know what I mean? Go to him first before you go to anybody else about your problems, right? He cares, even in the deepest and darkest moments when you think that he is not there, that he doesn't care, that he doesn't see what you are going through, or he is allowing these things to happen to you. No, he does care. A father cares for his children. A father wants to see their children grow and blossom and to be there for them in every way, shape, and form. So when you are going through these things, remember that you have a man, a father, that is there for you and in your corner in every way, shape, or form. Just like this dude behind me right here. I know this portrait may be a little bit, it's hypocritical because of the blood or whatever. But if you watch Bleach, you know who Zangetsu is, right? Zangetsu is kind of like the spiritual being of who Ichigo Swords is, right? The name of his swords, right? And he is there for Ichigo. He's there for him in every, battle, every moment that, he may be going through despair, hopelessness, or just a hard moment. But that's a topic for another video. That's another time. But we talking about God. God is the main centric and focus of this video. But I just kind of wanted to throw that in. But with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm out.